Nice. I said to pop on to, as the thumbnail says, in the sort of subheading that, you know, um, I'm an Arsenal fan first and foremost. So, you know, if I'm on here berating Arteta, that doesn't mean that, and this goes for any Arsenal fans who want a manager out, or they don't like a certain player, or they're not happy with how things are going. You know, don't get it twisted that that they tune in for an Arsenal match or go to an Arsenal match and they want them to lose. I mean, that's ludicrous. As much as I just want Arteta out at this stage. When the match starts tonight, I'll have those pre-match nerves all the way leading up to it. I have them now, and I'll be rooting for us, and I'll have convinced myself that oh, if we get past these, you never know. Um, so yeah, it can get sort of confused sometimes when people think, oh, if you want him out, then you're looking for him to lose and you hate the club. And so it's because we love the club so much that we want the best for them. We want to win and we want to play nice football, and we don't want excuses every press conference, and we don't want to blame injuries because I refuse to blame injuries this season. You know, as I've said in previous videos, the last few games we've essentially only had two positions out, with Saka and Havertz. And most of us don't even want Havertz there. We know that we should have signed a striker a long time ago that's better than him. Um, and he wasn't even signed as a striker, but he's been moved forward, and so he's a number eight playing up front, and then we have a number six as a number eight. So Arteta has gradually shifted the whole mentality of the team backwards. That every player that should be attacking it's just moved forward from a defensive position. So we're automatically more defensive. But as I said, I'll tune in tonight and I'll be, I'll I'll, I'll be the same as everybody else. I'll be shitting it the whole way through the match, and I'll be come on, and everything else. But it doesn't take away from the fact that Arteta needs to go. I mean, he could go on a run now. He won't. We're not good enough. But even we could go on one of his sort of runs that he seems to pull out when his job's on the line or when he's under pressure, and finish. Oh, we finished second, and Liverpool will rest all their players for the last six league games because they'll have it won, and they'll be concentrating on Champions League or something like that, and they'll drop a few points, and we'll claw them back and go, oh, we only finished 6 points behind them. If we had beaten them away from home, and all these excuses will come out. Two players being injured, it's not a 13-point flip. You know, Saka's a match winner and a great player, and we'd probably be 7 points behind, say, if he hadn't got injured. But we'd still be behind, and he can't do it on his own. And that's the thing, you'll look at the match tonight, and we're going to be god awful tonight. I mean, if we score, I'd be amazed. As I said in the last video, the only way we will is if Wanyeri picks the ball up, beats a couple of players, pings it in top corner. That or a set piece, and we haven't even been good at set pieces recently. So, you know, in relation to the match tonight, and I'll do another video after it, just to go on what we've done. So if we were to go and win 3-0, I'm not going to come on and go, oh, got that one wrong. Arteta's amazing. I'll say, yeah, I got that one wrong for the result. But Arteta can't wash his hands of this mess. He's made this mess. And now we're looking at, I was going through the players that we're going to have to shift off. And someone's talking that Partey's going to let his contract run down, which is insanity to me. He's been our best midfielder this season. Jorginho's gone. He's going back to Brazil. Been good for what he's done when he's come in. Zinchenko will have to go. Tierney's gone. Kivior will probably go. Um, one of Trossard and Martinelli will probably go. So we are looking at a rebuild, which normally happens when a team has absolutely fallen apart. Like at United, they need a rebuild. City are doing a rebuild because they've had such an awful season. How can we be in the fifth phase of Arteta's process and need a rebuild? I mean, we're starting again. So if we're going to have to do a rebuild, get a new manager in to do it. I hope we get Berta in from Atletico and he shifts Arteta out. There's no way it's going to happen. They're not going to pay off his massive contract. But if Arteta gets to spend this money in the summer, so-called war chest. That's putting us back so many years. It's unbelievable. He will sign Zubamendi. Fair enough. He's a good player. But you know that he'll just sign centre backs and he'll sign defensive midfielders and he'll sign Sesko. That'll be the striker we'll get. It won't be Isak. You're dreaming if you think that. It won't be Osimhen. There's no way he would sign a player with that amount of personality. He wants a donkey. He wants somebody who can lump the ball up to. He wants someone with work rate. To him, those things come before goals for a forward player, which is insanity. It's insanity. Do you think that Liverpool fans look at Salah's work rate? Diaz has work rate, of course, comes naturally to him, but he knows when to hold it back and stay up front as well. And he is not picked by his manager on his work rate. Arteta picks his forward players on their work rate. And that's staggering. You cannot do that. You cannot pick your forward players from their work rate. But he, we'll go into this PSV game, and God, I'd love it if we won, and I'd love it if we got one of the Madrids, and I'd love it if we somehow. I mean, people saying yeah they'll smash us, and they probably will. You know, player to player, they're so much better than us. But if Saka was back, you never know. We could nick a goal. But there I am dreaming after like I just said I would after Slayton Arsenal. But you know when we knocked them out in the year we got to the final 2006, we had an awful lineup that day. I think Abue had only played a couple of games, and Abue was brutal anyway. And we had, I think it was Flamini at left back, and we were in rag order, but we beat them, and we beat them away from home, and then we drew it all at home. And, so you just don't know. But I'm of the belief that even if we got to the Champions League final and put up a fight but didn't win it, that Arteta should go. Because it's just papering over the cracks. That's all. It's just papering over the cracks. And we'll go into tonight, and he'll ask the crowd to be up first, and he'll say we need the crowd for the home leg, and we need the crowd, and we need But he seems to think that a crowd just switches on. They need. If you go 60 minutes without having a shot, how can the crowd stay up for it? They can't. They can't stay up for it. They need to be entertained. And of course, I hope we win tonight. But I mean, just today when I was going through all those players that are going to leave and have to leave, I mean, they are dead wood, but they're all his signings. Apart from Tierney, they're all his signings. And Martinelli, if he lets Martinelli go, and they're all players that he hasn't improved. If anything, he's ruined Martinelli. He's turned him into a workhorse when he was electrifying when he first came into the team. He'll do it to Saka too, and he'll do it to Ranieri, and he'll do it to all these players. He's never made a player better. I've heard someone say he made Ben White better, but he didn't. He just switched his position. That's all. And the chap was a natural right back. And again, it was only out of necessity because he had signed him and he wanted to get rid of Saliba. And then Saliba came back and he just couldn't deny how good the kid was. So he had to put him in and he had to find a way to put his signing in the team. So he put Ben White. I mean, it was even that stage in the start of last season when he dropped Gabriel because he wanted to put Partey in and he wanted to put his new signing Rice in. That's this man's thinking. That's how his brain works. He wants this has to be about me. I can't be seen as a failure. And then when he does cut the players out that he signed, like Zinchenko and Kivior and the like, it's just door slammed. There's no way for them ever to get back in the team. There's not unless his back's against the wall. And even then, with Jesus, everyone was talking about him scoring at Christmas, so he's banging the goals in before the injury. He was only in the team because Havertz was sick. Havertz was ill for a couple of weeks. And then when Havertz got back, Jesus had one game where he didn't score and he was dropped again. And then he got brought back in for the cup game, fair enough, when he got injured. But Jesus could have scored hat trick after hat trick if he had gone 2 games without scoring. All reliable donkey Havertz was back up front. Jesus knew it. Jesus knows whenever he plays, whenever he starts. It's the same with Trossard. Whenever he starts, except now when we're ravaged with injuries. But when we have a full team, there's players like that they know that they're not in his favour. And all right, I'll give you a start after 10 games of the Arsenal fans crying outside for Jesus to get a start. He'll get a start, but he knows deep down that if he hasn't scored by 60 minutes, he's getting hauled off for the donkey. So there is no reward for players under Arteta to try and impress him. If he's made his mind up, that's it. If some would say that's a strong point, he sticks to his word. But good leadership and good management is admitting when you're wrong and being flexible and going, I'm putting the good of the team before my arrogance, my stubbornness, my personal issues. And there has to be players that we're meant to be looking at going, do I want to work under him? Do I want that Lego haired gimp making me track back all the time? Will every training session be fitness and tracking back and set pieces? Will there be any reward for flair? Will I get dropped for trying something new? You know, and rightly so, they should be thinking that. And they might think I'm being harsh on the man, but the evidence is there. You can see it year after year. The players he gets rid of, the players he brings in, what he's trying to do to the team. You know, the first season when we challenged for the league, we were electrifying, electrifying. Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, electrifying. We won the ball back. You know, the likes of Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher were frothing at the gash watching us. They were loving it, loving it. And then the following season, he got Rice in and he put a sixes and eight, and he started his master plan, and he started locking up from word go. If you look back at the start of that season when we thought, right, this is the one, we started so slowly. And we were really, the season was going to be over in that game against United, an awful United team. And Garnacho scored, it was 1-1, and he scored in injury time, and it was a Gee hair offside, a fanny hair of difference between him being offside. We got the corner, Boy scored, Jesus scored, papered over the cracks, big time feelings, everybody loving it. The Emirates is up again. But we were awful in that game and all the games leading up to it. So slow, so pragmatic. We weren't taking shots. We were awful. Then we beat City again. We were awful at home. Martinelli scored. We were awful. But we scraped the win and it papered over the cracks. But it was basically the same squad that the year before had been electrifying. But he has it. That can only be down to the manager that they're not electrifying anymore. That they're being told, right, no, defend, 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 pass it around outside the box. What are you doing shooting from out there? You know, that all goes back to the manager. Um, but listen, yay! I hope we win tonight. And give us something to cheer for, I tell you, because we need it. Tell the team, get the ball to Ranieri. When you get the ball, give it to Ranieri because he's the only bright spark in that team. He's the only one that can make us stand up and take note until Saka gets back. And the sad thing is that when Saka gets back, he won't find a place for Ranieri in the team. He won't. He'll put him on the bench and he'll bring him on for Odegaard with half an hour left all the time. Which, granted, in the 10 is Ranieri's best position, but he should be starting. If Odegaard doesn't pull his fucking socks up and start performing, uh, when Saka comes back, it should be Odegaard out of the team and Ranieri playing in the 10. But we all know that won't happen. We all know how stubborn he is. We all know how arrogant he is and how narcissistic he is. And these decisions, they never come. It's like signing a striker in January. Every pundit, every fan, and not just of our team, of every team in the world, every commentator, every ex-footballer, all knew that we needed to sign a striker. He would sign a forward player. Nah, doesn't do it. They've been saying it for years. Nah. He must be the only man on the planet who thought we didn't need one. And he's in charge of our football club. It's astounding, is what it is. And you can say, oh, they went for Watkins. That was he had been offered to us, and we wouldn't pay the 20. Now that okay, fair enough, we'll go with the board, but I'm pretty sure if Arteta had said no, pay the 60, I really, really want it, we would have got him. But as I've mentioned before, Arsenal fans thinking that there's all these strikers out there. There's so many of them that we won't even look at because Arteta's already he's put a line through them because they don't have work rate or they have a strong personality. Believe me, Osimhen the likes line through them. No, don't even want to think about signing them because they don't track back and they don't do exactly what I say. Do you think that Pep was looking at Haaland going, "Ugh, his work rate? No, he went, that chap scores relentlessly. I need him. Did you look at Savino go, oh, he doesn't really track back? No, he's brilliant going forward. Sign him. I can make him better. No, never. Like I said, I don't know who's watching this or if anyone is, and it's for me at the moment. I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy getting my frustration out and the whole creative side of it and all that. But if you do watch it and you do like it, hit the subscribe, hit the like, and tell your friends and family to do the same if they like listening to a middle-aged man have a rant about Arsenal. Cheers, guys.